The story follows a photographer named Seo Jin, whose entire collection is made up of photographs of human eyes. It looks like an obsession with beauty, but the reason behind it is far sadder. Seo Jin has a degenerative eye disease that is slowly destroying her sight. The illness runs in her family. Her twin sister, Seo In, has it too, and her case is much worse because she lost her vision years ago. Even blind, Seo In became one of the most respected ceramic artists in South Korea, staying in their hometown and building an entire life around her limitations. That night, Seo Jin is attacked by a former model of hers named Hyun Min, a man who has quietly been stalking her for some time. Her friend Mi Kyung, a police officer, arrives at exactly the right moment and stops him before things go further. And Seo Jin's trouble is only beginning. This is the eyes. A year passes, and Seo Jin's vision is much worse. Her doctor tells her she needs corneal surgery as soon as possible, before there is nothing left to save. Around the same time, she starts getting strange flashes in her head, short, violent images that seem to show her sister in danger. Seo Jin cannot tell whether they are just another symptom of her failing eyes or a warning about something that is actually happening. Then Mi Kyung calls with worse news. Hyun Min has escaped after destroying the monitoring bracelet on his ankle, and Seo Jin needs to find somewhere safe. That call is what finally pushes her to go back to her hometown. She has not seen her sister in a very long time, and the flashes have made the worry impossible to ignore. When they arrive, Mi Kyung is surprised that Seo Jin still remembers the door code. Inside, rows of ceramic work fill almost every corner of the house. They call out for Seo In again and again and get nothing back. So they split up and search room by room until Mi Kyung hears a suspicious sound coming from the basement. They go down together, and the moment they step inside, both of them freeze because Seo Jin finds her sister lifeless. The authorities rule it a suicide, but Seo Jin cannot bring herself to believe that. She tells Mi Kyung she wants to stay in the old house for a while. Before heading back to the city, Mi Kyung tells her to be careful and promises to keep her updated on the search for Hyun Min. On her way out, she hands over Seo In's phone, which the police recovered from the scene. That night, a man with a mental illness named Dae Ho causes a disturbance at the funeral hall, and his father shows up to calm him down. Later, just as Seo Jin is about to look through her sister's phone, it rings. The call is from the housekeeper who has been looking after Seo In's home, and the woman sounds genuinely happy that Seo Jin has finally come back to see her sister, completely unaware that Seo In is already gone. She mentions that Seo In talked about her older sister constantly and said how much she missed her. Seo Jin breaks down, thinking about all the time the two of them wasted. As her sight keeps fading, the flashes come back stronger, so vivid that it feels like she is living through her sister's final moments. She calls Mi Kyung and tells her this was not a suicide, and her reasoning is simple. Seo In left behind a huge amount of unfinished ceramic work she was clearly determined to complete, and a woman planning to end her life would not be that committed to finishing it. Not long after, Seo Jin finds a voice message on her sister's phone and learns that Seo In regularly went swimming at a training center for blind athletes. When she gets there, a group of blind women are talking about her sister. They cannot see her, but they sense her presence immediately, and they sense something else too, that someone has been quietly listening in. Seo Jin takes off after the figure, but once she reaches a corridor, the power cuts out. With her vision already failing, panic takes over and she fires the stun device she carries at what she is sure is someone closing in on her. She hits a security guard who is on his way to flip the breaker back on. The incident does not turn into a legal case. Even so, a detective named Do Hyuk warns her to be more careful, and he holds firm that her sister took her own life. As far as he is concerned, that impulse can surface in anyone, especially someone dealing with depression the way Seo In was. According to what Mi Kyung has found out, the corneal surgery Seo In recently underwent failed, and that failure is believed to have pushed her into a much darker place. That detail makes Seo Jin insist on going to the hospital where the operation was done because she knows for a fact that her sister always refused surgery. For Seo In, living without sight was never the end of the world. In the darkness, her other senses became sharper, and that was exactly what allowed her to create such extraordinary work. The doctor tells her something that changes everything. Seo In's corneal surgery actually went extremely well, and the recovery showed no problems at all. But sometime later, her vision suddenly started deteriorating again. As for why Seo In finally agreed to the operation in the first place, The doctor suspects there was something she desperately wanted to see with her own eyes. Seo Jin's mind goes straight to Hyun Min, who once told her how badly he wanted to meet her twin sister. She heads home with 100 questions, and when she reaches the front of the house, she finds Dae-ho already there, waiting for her. Inside, Seo In's phone rings again, and once again it is the housekeeper, who says she has tidied the house and prepared Seo In's favorite dish. Remembering the doctor's words, Seo Jin asks whether her sister had been seeing anyone. The housekeeper cannot say for certain since Seo In was very private, but she suspects there was a man involved. What Seo Jin does not know is that outside the house, someone has been watching her the entire time. Thinking about how easily the housekeeper comes and goes reminds Seo Jin of the spare key her sister kept under a flower pot outside. And while moving it somewhere safer, she finds her sister's car key. The navigation history shows that Seo In visited a certain hotel several times. Seo Jin goes there deliberately wearing her sister's clothes, and the manager immediately mistakes her for Seo In. She explains that she is the twin sister and starts asking questions. The manager tells her that aside from the hotel's partnership with Seo In for buying her ceramic pieces, she also came by several times with a man who always wore heavy covering clothes and a mask he never took off. The manager assumed he was a celebrity hiding his identity. Before the conversation can go further, the hotel evacuation alarm goes off. Seo Jin gets outside while the manager stays behind to help the guests, and through the smoke, the security cameras catch a mysterious figure shoving the manager into a room already swallowed by flames. Seo Jin rushes to the hospital where Do Hyuk happens to be as well, and the detective's presence makes the person tailing her back off and watch from a distance. Despite everything the doctors try, the manager dies. At that point, Do Hyuk lets his anger out. He tells her that her obsession with her sister's death has dragged other people into danger and has now cost a life. Seo Jin fires right back. To her, this is not obsession. Something is wrong about her sister's death, and someone is working hard to bury it. She walks away from the argument, but only a few steps in, her vision collapses again, and she is nearly hit by a passing car. Seeing that changes something for Do Hyuk. He is still not convinced, but he promises to review the hotel security footage and keep tabs on Hyun Min, who remains Seo Jin's main suspect. The next morning, Do Hyuk picks her up, and on the drive, Seo Jin tells him about her past with her sister. Seo In lost her sight first, but she was also the one who found success first, and that cut both ways. Seo Jin was proud of her, but she does not deny that part of her was envious. Meanwhile, Seo In had convinced herself she was a burden standing between her sister and the life she really wanted. That gap turned into a terrible fight, and the two of them went their separate ways. Now with her own sight failing, Seo Jin realizes her sister needed her nearby the whole time. Listening to all of it, Do Hyuk finally understands what is really driving her. It is not curiosity, it is guilt. At the hotel parking area, Do Hyuk tells Seo Jin to wait in the car and locks the doors from outside before heading in alone to check the footage. While she waits, her phone rings, and she is stunned to hear Hyun Min's voice. Then even more stunned when he appears in front of her with a hammer. He tries to attack her, and Do Hyuk gets back at exactly the right moment. He beats Hyun Min without mercy, and strangely, every blow is met with loud laughter. In the middle of the struggle, Hyun Min pulls a knife, drives it into Do Hyuk's stomach, and walks away like nothing happened. That night, Mi Kyung picks Seo Jin up. Do Hyuk is recovering, but any hope of a new lead is gone because the hotel security footage was destroyed in the fire. Once they get home, Mi Kyung takes a phone call and has to leave Seo Jin alone. In the empty house, Seo Jin suddenly sees Hyun Min standing right in front of her, but the figure is a hallucination brought on by how far her mind and her vision have deteriorated. Then she hears a phone ringing from the basement. Armed with a kitchen knife, she works up the nerve to go find it, and moments later she screams. Mi Kyung comes running, and what she finds down there is Dae-ho hanging lifeless. Seo Jin is treated at the hospital, where Mi Kyung tells her that a note was found on Dae-ho's body, a written confession claiming he killed Seo In because his love for her was never returned. Their conversation gets cut short when the doctor examines Seo Jin and finds that her vision has taken another sharp turn for the worse. This time she finally agrees to the surgery. While the operation is underway, memories of her sister wash over her, mixed in with images that feel like reflections of the regret she has been bearing since the day Seo In died. After the surgery, Do Hyuk comes to collect her. For 1 full week, she is forbidden from removing the bandages over her eyes, because doing so would risk permanent damage. Back at the house, Seo Jin shows Mi Kyung a camera that Seo In once gave her as a gift, and the flash startles her. Seo-jin says she wants to understand the world her sister lived in and feel how Seo-in was able to create anything at all without her sight. She starts photographing her sister's remaining works one piece at a time, feeling her way around the room. That evening, she invites the housekeeper over, and the woman is clearly moved by how much Seo-jin resembles her late sister. She says Seo-in was a hard worker, but famously clumsy, then excuses herself, hurrying home because her child is waiting. Elsewhere, Dae-ho's father is venting bitterly about how his son's death wiped out any chance of collecting insurance money. His friend brings up something odd about the confession note, the fact that it was typed on a computer. That makes the old man head straight for the internet cafe his son always went to, and on the last computer Dae-ho used, he finds something important. That same day, heavy rain triggers a landslide, and the officers stationed outside Seo-jin's house are pulled away to help with the evacuation. That opens a window, and a man in a black raincoat forces his way into the house. In her panic, Seo-jin feels her way step by step until she finally makes it out. In the downpour, Dae-ho's father arrives at the same place, hoping to reach Seo-jin, convinced his son never killed Seo-in and was murdered to cover it up. As proof, he has brought the pages he printed at the internet cafe. Before he can explain any of it, Yoon-min appears and stabs him, then abandons him where he lies. Meanwhile, Seo-jin keeps running blindly through the rain until the housekeeper arrives, worried about a woman living alone in weather like this, and takes her somewhere safer. On the road, the housekeeper offers Seo-jin something warm to drink, and not long after, her awareness slips until she loses consciousness. Who this housekeeper really is stays a mystery, especially since the camera never once shows her face, as if her identity is being deliberately hidden from the audience. What is clear is that she quietly removes the watch from Seo-jin's wrist, which means Mi-kyung has no way of tracking her. When she wakes up, Seo-jin is locked inside a room. In the middle of her panic, she remembers the pages Dae-ho's father handed her, and a brutal internal battle begins. She desperately wants to know what is written on them, because they could reveal the truth about her sister's death. But her doctor warned her that the bandages absolutely must stay on. In the end, the need for the truth wins. With shaking hands, she peels the bandages away, and little by little her vision comes back. She reads what Dae-ho's father brought her, and the truth is staggering. The person everyone knew as her sister's housekeeper is the one who staged Seo-in's death in the basement. And more shocking still, Dae-ho wrote that this housekeeper is actually a man. Right at that moment, the bedroom door swings open. Sensing the danger, Seo-jin pretends her sight has not come back at all, and in the reflection of a mirror, she finally sees the face of the person behind everything, and it is Do-hyuk. Do-hyuk tests her to confirm that her vision really has not returned, then lets her use the bathroom. Once inside, she finds no way out. Peeking toward the kitchen, she sees him sprinkling something into the tea he is about to serve her. When he looks away for a second, she swaps the cups and acts perfectly normal, inviting him to drink with her. But as he drinks, a reflection in the glass tells him that Seo-jin can see after all. He takes her by the hand, saying he wants to show her something, and reveals Hyunmin's body, which he has cut apart. Seo-jin throws hot water at him, manages to call Mi-kyung using his phone, then hides inside a wardrobe upstairs. Peeking out from there, she finds the most disturbing thing yet, because inside another wardrobe is the body of Do-hyuk's mother, killed by her own son. The pieces come together. Through Do-hyuk's delusions, we see that he grew up surrounded by violence. After her husband abandoned her, his mother took all of her hatred out on him, and that trauma grew into a monster living inside him shaped like his own mother, feeding an obsession with the perfect family he never got. By taking advantage of Seo-in's blindness, Do-hyuk posed as her housekeeper and slid into the role of the mother who cared for her. Everything changed the moment Seo-in decided to have the eye surgery, and her reason was never about herself. It was about Seo-jin, who was going to lose her own vision. Seo-in wanted to be standing beside her sister when she needed her most. For Do-hyuk, that meant losing the family he had built, so he sabotaged her surgery to keep her dependent on him. And when he realized she still intended to go see her sister, that was the moment he chose to kill her. Seo-jin heads downstairs and kills the power to Do-hyuk's house. Used to moving in darkness by now, she has the advantage, especially with the flash from her sister's camera lighting her way. Right then, Mi-kyung arrives with a police unit. In front of everyone, Do-hyuk makes no attempt to hide the illness that has controlled him all this time, and then he takes his own life. Sometime later, Seo-jin's vision fully recovers. She keeps one of the finest ceramic pieces her sister left behind, a work showing both of their faces, as a reminder that the bond between them was never really broken. She visits the grave now and then and stands there with every memory they shared. Even so, one regret follows her. If only she had not walked away that night. If only she had opened the door to her sister's room, maybe none of this would ever have happened. So the moral of the story is, if your sister's housekeeper never shows her face, maybe do a background check before drinking the tea.